Hey guys, Nick Halden here, aka DVD Collector 96, and welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel. Okay guys, welcome to a new watching at home movie review vlog video on the channel. In a few days, I'm going to be enjoying on the big screen with my mom the sequel to Freakier Friday. I'm going to be watching it at an early screening on August 6th. And when I was going to watch a movie like this that I wanted to see the original before the sequel, I was kind of including that part into the blog of the movie, but then I created this section on the channel of watching at home the physical media releases that I own. And I was like, you know what? It will be a good idea if you do a separate video and we can do a movie review and finally bring this movie to the channel. That I have the Disney Movie Club exclusive Blu Ray. Now, I know Freaky Friday has an older version to it, which I also own on Blu Ray, but I have never seen it. And I know Disney did some kind of like maybe DVD sequel of the Freakier Friday universe, but not with the same actors or actresses. So the one that we're going to be watching on the movie theaters is actually the sequel to Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan. Can I talk today? I'm sorry. Jamie Lee Curtis coming back to the protagonist roles, and also the return of Chad Michael Murray. Now, I have to be honest, this is not a first time watch. I have already seen this movie and I remember loving it, but guys, it has been so many years. Last time I saw this movie, I was still living in Cuba, and again, I loved it, but it's been so long that it feels like I'm going to be enjoying it for the very first time, and definitely with Blu-ray quality, which is always a big upgrade. I read a rumor on Twitter that this movie was getting an upgrade to 4K, but the sequel is super close by and I still haven't heard anything about a possible 4K, but you never know. But anyways guys, the dynamic of the vlog is going to be I'm going to be watching the movie, and after I'm done watching it, I will be back here to give you guys my honest opinion and my movie review about this one. So as you can see, this is the 15th anniversary edition, and it was a Disney Movie Club exclusive Blu-ray. I love the art that they choose to it. But if you don't know what this movie is about, basically a mom and a daughter that don't get the best relationship get to switch bodies because of a fortune cookie, and destiny has it they start to understand more the world of the other person because they are walking into the other person's shoes for a few days until the issue, of course, is resolved at the end of the movie. So, straight from the Disney Movie Archives comes an extraordinary collection of specially selected movies and shorts available on Blu-ray and DVD only through Disney. This treasure trove of magical memories is a special presentation of the Disney Movie Club. The ultimate mother-daughter mash-up apps of laughter in the 15th anniversary edition of Freaky Friday on Blu-ray for the first time. Dr. Tess Coleman and her teenage daughter Anna have just one thing in common: DNA. Otherwise, in every way, they are light years apart. Each is certain the other has an easy, perfect life, until two fortune cookies unleash a hilarious dose of mystic mayhem on the feuding pair, and Tess and Anna wake up trapped inside each other's body. Packed with comedy, rock and roll, and tons of heart, this topsy-turvy tale is fun for the whole family. And this is how the back looks like between. Now, this one is only the Blu-ray of the movie. It doesn't come with any kind of a special feature, and this one is only 97 minutes long. But again, I'm excited to be re-enjoying this one, and of course I'm doing this to get ready for Freakier Friday, that I cannot wait for August 6 to be here. But give me guys just a second so I can re-watch the movie, and I will be back with you guys in a few seconds. Okay guys, so I recorded the intro for this video yesterday afternoon, and I have to be honest here, after lots of recording and lots of editing, this was the movie that I needed it for my weekend movie night. And this is comedy, family film, and it's a movie from Disney from the 2000s nostalgia era. So if you have never seen it, do yourself a favor and watch it, because let me tell you something, it's a beautiful movie. Now, as I told you on the intro video, the only time that I have seen this movie was when I was still living in Cuba. I honestly remember cutting my eye on it because Chad Michael Murray was part of the cast, and back then I was watching One Tree Hill, and I knew Lindsay Lohan from Mean Girls. And Jamie Lee Curtis, even though she was a super famous actress, when I was that age, I wasn't that interested into following her career, and she wasn't like the main point of attention for me to try watching this movie. Now, I remember the poster being funny, but the very first time that I got myself into watching this one, I had no idea what the movie was about. Now, when I was still a member of the Disney Movie Club, I did kind of a list of Blu Rays and DVDs that I would want to add to my collection, and I was lucky enough that I was able to get them on my own piece. And when the club shut down, I just decided to add titles for the sake of just having them, but the main ones that I would like to have on my collection, I have them. That's why I don't have an unboxing video of this Blu-ray, which was the Disney Movie Club exclusive 15th anniversary. But don't worry, I will do a review next year probably, because I have a full calendar, so I can show you guys how the release looks like. There was also a rumor on Twitter that this might be getting a 4K release, but no confirmation has been given by Disney. And with the sequel being just a few weeks away, I don't think we will get it before the sequel premieres. If they release it, it might be after the sequel release, which I'm hoping for a Disney 4K steelbook. But anyways guys, with the excuse of the sequel coming in on August 8th, so the day of my birthday, I decided to go ahead and give it a second watch to enjoy the movie, and also to enjoy it on Blu-ray quality for the very first time ever. Now, something else that I have to tell you is that for me this was the original Freaky Friday movie, but there is also an older version, which was of course the original version. Let me see if I can find the year really quick over here. But I think this one is like, the Blu-ray got released in 2018, but the movie itself, it doesn't show it guys. But I think it's from like 1963 or something like that. Yeah, I'm not able to find it right here. Sometimes I put the year that the movie was released. Nope, not seeing it. But anyways, it's an older release from Freaky Friday, which I also want to see, but I haven't seen it. Now, on the 2000s, this one is from 2003. This one got released, and then I know, because I have seen the DVD versions through the Walnut stores, there is another Freaky Friday remake, and I haven't seen that one. I don't know if that one is good, but I don't think it's as famous as this one was. Now, after years and years, it was finally confirmed that we were going to get a sequel with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis coming back to us, called Freakier Friday. But anyways, if you have no idea what this movie is about, stay here with me, because we're about to give you my honest review of this one. So spoilers ahead. If you have never seen it, go ahead, watch it, and come back to the video. Okay guys, so again, in the mind that this is a movie from the 2000s, the video quality shouldn't be struggling to be good for a Blu-ray release. So the movie looks super good. It was shot in LA, and since I have visited LA before, it's so special to me to see so many places around the movie, and like Chinatown and things like that. So we have a mother-daughter duo relationship that they both are having difficulties understanding each other. I wouldn't go so far as saying like they hate each other, but again, they're having trouble understanding each other. So we have Lindsay Lohan as a teenager girl. She has a little brother, and now we find out through the movie that they have lost the dad recently. So mom is basically reconstructing her life with a new guy, stepdad, and then also the grandpa lives in the house. He gives lots of comedic moments. So we have this family where the teenager girl, Lindsay, is going through her teenager days. The little brother and her are always fighting, usually as it happens with relationship between a younger brother and an older brother. And Jamie Lee Curtis is trying her best. She's a psychologist. She has a lot on her plate. So the last thing she needs right now is for her daughter to be as difficult as she is being. Now, when we get to meet these characters, I love that before everything goes down, we get glimpses of how the life of this character works. So, when we see Lindsay, she has two best friends from high school, and she's crushing on a guy played by Chad Michael Murray. Now, we have the classic scene where the guy is walking, but he's just ignoring her. She's crushing on him, feeling that her whole world will fall apart if he doesn't notice her. And through the headaches of high school, they used to be best friends when they were more younger. Is now her best enemy at the school, and she gets to detention a lot. Now, one day she's getting out of detention and she crashes into Chad Michael Murray to give us that moment of like, oh my god, first interaction with these two characters. Now they go outside, he has a motorcycle, and she tells him, I'm not going to be able to ride on it because my mom will kill me. So they kind of connect through music, and that's something that I love about the story of this movie, like the romantic love story. Of course, it will be getting complicated from here and on. On the other side of things, we have a mom trying her best with a girl and a little kid, and trying her best also because she's about to get married with a stepdad. So, she's a psychologist. She has a needy patient played by Willie Garson from White Collar. Sadly, he's no longer with us, but every single time we got him on a comedic role, I just love him for it. So he's the needy patient that needs his psychologist to be on phone with him all the time, because if not, he will have a mental breakdown. So after these busy agendas happen, that Lindsay has a group that she plays with them on the garage, and they play the song, and they have an opportunity basically to get into a presentation when they can be chosen to be part of the group band. Now, when they have the presentation, it falls on the rehearsal dinner from the wedding, and of course the moms tell her no. The mom goes ahead knowing that she got to detention. She even takes out the door from her room, and this is one of the things about the movie that I love, that right now we have them playing who they're supposed to be playing, and they do an amazing job. Lindsay is a miserable teenager that you hated when she's being terrible to her mom, but you love her when you see him on her surroundings. And Jamie Lee Curtis, you love her because she's trying her best, and she's just trying to be the mature woman for the sake of her child. Now, they go out to get Chinese food, and they go to a restaurant. They get into a fight, and we have this epic moment because I think it has happened to everybody. So she kind of tells Lindsay to come to Anna to be health, and she's like, Mom, I promised you in a super nice way, I promise you that I will be my best. And then the mom goes like, okay, what do you want? So when she tells them about the concert, she's like, of course not, why do you always have to be first on the most important night of my life? And she's like, it's not that you haven't married before. So we have this huge fight. When they get to the restaurant, you can tell they're regulars. The owner of the Chinese restaurant knows them by heart. She's like, oh my god, the kids are so big, and she even offers her service to be the catering for the wedding. Now, when they go to the restroom, the mom of this Chinese lady notices that they're fighting and offers to both of the girls fortune cookies. Now, when they read the fortune cookies, there is kind of like a quote that they read, and then they feel an earthquake. Weird enough, when they get out of the bathroom, nothing has changed and everybody's acting natural, so the only two persons that felt the earthquake were those two ladies. Now, that night, they switch bodies, and the next day, Jamie Lee Curtis wakes up on the body of her daughter, and Lindsay wakes up on the body of her mom. It's super comedic because the way they put us Jamie to be waking up is just like, oh my god, I have to do this and that, and I have to plan to do this, so I need to get out of bed. That's the way she starts her day, like stressing out about the things that she needs to accomplish through the day. Now, when she realizes what's going on, she goes to the restroom because the brother goes like, oh my god, mom is dead. And then she goes to wake up the mom, which is her body, and she's like, oh my god, she's breathing. Thank god she's not dead. So we have the little kid reaction of like, now your mom is treating you like your sister treats you, and your sister is treating you like your mom treats you, which is the kind of like the weird switch of things. I love when Jamie wakes up as Anna and she looks herself as the mirror and she's like, oh my god, I'm old. So this is super important for me on the movie. Both of the actresses, and even considering how young Lindsay Lohan was when she did this movie, I think she was only 15 years old. She does an amazing job playing now the mom on a teenager body, and Jamie Lee Curtis is super funny. It's so funny to see an adult woman playing this immature teenager, and I just love that. Of course, Lindsay now being the responsible adult on the body of the teenager kind of follows through, and it's tried to, even in that body, to lead them to do the correct thing. So they need to pretend to be each other, and they kind of put in question of like, oh, I will literally survive on your job, that's the most easiest thing to do, because I will need to suck the fun out of everything. And then Lindsay goes like, you're not going to be able to survive in high school. So we have both of our characters now on each other's body and starting their day as usual. So when she goes to school, she starts to see the bad relation that she has with a teenager that used to be friends when they were 6 years old, and she's kind of acting as a mom figure with the two best friends of the daughter. Now she goes to school, she struggles a little bit because the teacher that Lindsay always tells them, like, hey, he has it on me, asks her a question. She replies to the questions like super good, and the teacher still gives an F. So then she remembers that the teachers were basically crushing on the mom when he was younger, and he has it now with the daughter. So all of those things happen. Another funny part in the school is that she talks to the best friend and she's like, hey, don't you remember when we were younger, all the things that we did? And then she's like, oh, okay, they're going to a big test, and she's like, oh, sit next down to me. She writes a note, she tells her like, hey, read the note. The note was like, oh, I'm glad that we're friends again. And then she's like, hey, teacher, she's cheating on my test, which was insane. And what ended up happening is that she goes yet again to detention, and remember, all of this is Jamie on the body of her daughter. So she goes to detention, and Chad Michael Murray is there when she's sneaking out. Now, when she's getting out of detention, Chad Michael Murray character told her that he's not in detention, he works there, and he offers her his help to let her change the test. So they go to the teacher room. We have another funny moment where all the teachers are born out and they don't even realize that some students are coming in. She fixes the test, and now she plays the immature card where she takes the test of the other girl, erases everything, and puts an all like, I'm a slut. Chad Michael Murray realizes about this, and he feels like, oh my god, she's so immature, what she will do something like that. So they go outside. She's still acting as the mom, like, hey, give me a ride, I can get into your motorcycle. And he basically ditched her because he's like, you're not the person that I felt you were. Now, in the other side of events, Jamie Lee Curtis playing Anna was amazing. She's impressed because she has money, she has credit cards, so she starts spending money on clothes. When she gets to the office, she cancels a dentist appointment. She cancels the catering because they were charging her too much. And again, it gave us all these comedic and amazing moments that you just have to love all of them. When she's trying to be a psychologist, she's just like, oh, and how do you feel about that? After the lady has been crying. So I love Jamie Lee Curtis on the role. I just love her. And I love that little by little, the movie starts to demonstrate how they're feeling on each other's clothes and how would it feel all the things that they've been complaining about, how it makes sense for them. So, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis shows up to the school to pick her up, and we have another funny moment where she's trying to eat fast food, and she's like, no, don't do that to my body. And then she's like, but in the other hand, I can take a French fry, because she's younger. She eats a French fry, and she's like, oh my god, first French fry that I have like over 13 years. And it goes off like, when we're younger, we don't care how much bad things we put into our body. And it's the consequences that we feel when we are more adults into life. So, there is a beautiful, beautiful moment that almost had me crying, where she has a teacher's parent school presentation. She needs to go, and she's kind of like, man, he needs to get stronger, because again, she is now Anna acting like the mom, and she hates her little brother. When the teacher tells him like, hey, your son just did an amazing essay on your daughter. When she reads, and remember, this is Anna reading this, the little kid cried, why do I think my little sister, my big sister is the best? Guys, that was so emotional for me, and she even was like, oh my god. She goes outside and she's like, what don't you want to tell Anna? How do you feel about her? And he's like, because I love more when we fight. Now, Destiny has it, and she goes to a coffee shop, and on the coffee shop, Chad Michael Murray character is working there. So what ended up happening is that they run into a conversation, and he starts falling in love with her because of all the amazing things she has to say about the music interest that he also has in life. So it's funny because, again, that's what I told you. I love the love interest relationship, because Chad is falling in love with like her mind. He doesn't care how she looks. He's falling in love with the personality that this lady has. Now, she makes it back to life. She's on a motorcycle, and of course, all this time, the stepdad is seeing all the crazy, basically things that Jamie Lee Curtis' character is doing. So, she goes into the motorcycle, he sees her, he starts talking to her, and they go to the rehearsal dinner. Now, at the rehearsal dinner, the friends from Lindsay are trying to kidnap her to go to the presentation. And of course, this is still Jamie Lee Curtis, so she doesn't have any idea about the song or how to play the guitar. So, the stepdad steps in, and he's like, hey, I don't want to be the bad stepdad, so he lets them both go to the concert to be able to play the music and things like that. They both go out to the concert, and Jamie Lee Curtis is just like, hey, you need to pretend that you're in a concert, things like that. She plays the guitar on the background scenes, and the band succeeds. Now, at this point, Chad Michael Murray is already crushing again on Anna, because we also had a moment back at the house where he was singing on the top of his lungs to recover the love of the mom, that he thinks it's the mom, but it's not. And Anna, on her body, goes as the mom, and she's like, she gives him a kiss. You need to be crushing on Anna, not on my mom. So again, all the interactions that this world had are just crazy. Now, they're able to go to the Chinese restaurant, and they're able to see what needs to happen in order to switch back from the body, but it's not happening. Now, when the part of the concert takes place, that's the key role about the mom being ready, understanding the daughter. Now, we still need the second part, and it's that the daughter needs to go through on marrying the guy. The mom, being the responsible adult, asks her to talk to the guy and be like, hey, we need to postpone the wedding. And she, being the daughter amazing that she was deep in, she's like, no, I will go through. So she goes on, gives a beautiful, beautiful speech at the rehearsal dinner about how her mom is now happy again and she deserves the world. And a moment has it, an earthquake is felt, and they are now back on the original bodies. So we got to the final wedding day, which everybody is involved. The wedding happened successfully, and the marriage has been saved. And Lindsay Lohan, now bad on her body, gets the happy ending with the guy that she loves. He even goes like, hey, when we kiss the other night, she's like, my mom owes me, so you can give me a kiss again, remind me how good the kiss was. So they share a beautiful kiss, and we end up the movie with a beautiful montage of the band rocking rock and roll at the wedding, and then the credits goes like Freaky Friday. The movie is only like an hour and 47 minutes long, so it's a super easy watch, and out of 10 I give this movie a 10. I have felt always such a big nostalgic from movies from this era because it was when I was growing up. I have a beautiful relationship with my mom, so but it wasn't always that way. When I was a teenager, I went through serious situations where I felt like nobody was hearing me or paying attention to me. I think we all go through that at a certain point in our lives, and I have always said that the most important things on relationship with your dad or your mom is that when you're an adult, for you to choose to still spend time with them, like quality time, not just be like, oh, I need to be with my mom because she's my mom. So I love the message of this movie of how they needed it to go into each other headspace to understand what the other person was going through and make a more beautiful relationship for the future and the headspace of this. Again, this is a beautiful movie. You need to watch it if you have never seen it, and I can't believe we're getting a sequel. Years after, but we're getting a sequel. But anyways, guys, the Blu Ray quality was amazing. I felt that the audio was also super good. Now, on the physical media release itself, it's a Disney Movie Club exclusive where they have like the main poster at the center and then the yellow corners. I was missing maybe a few special features being an anniversary release and all, but the movie doesn't have any kind of special features on it. And again, I just maybe miss having a few special features to enjoy. But anyways, that was my review. 10 out of 10. If you have never seen it, go ahead and do yourself a favor. It has good music moments, it had a lot of good comedic moments, and if you're easy to cry, you will cry through this one for sure. Again, I'm ready for Freakier Friday. I already have my tickets for an early screening on August 6th, which is a Wednesday night, and I'm going with my mom. I love that I'm going to get to see the sequel with my mom. The trailer looks amazing, and I have seen people that have seen the movie already saying amazing things about it, so I cannot just wait to enjoy it with the sequel of this one. But anyways, guys, I would love to know in the comments if you have seen Freaky Friday, what's your opinion on that? But I would also love in the comments if you guys are going to be watching the sequel. But anyways, that'll be all for today's video. Like I always say, I hope you guys are enjoying with this new kind of content in the channel. If you are, please let me know in the comments, leave me a like, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel so we can keep this family growing. And see you guys again soon on a new video.